Your campus, your region, your world. This is Xavier News.
Good afternoon, Xavier Musketeers. Today is September 16th, 2022, and I am Paris Dennis.
I am Maite Delgado, and this is Xavier News.
Queen Elizabeth II will be missed. Her lifetime as the ruler of the United Kingdom was the longest reign in history and lasted for 70 years. After her father's death in 1952, she assumed the title of Queen. She should also be remembered for her greatest accomplishments. Queen Elizabeth was the only woman in British history to serve in the armed forces during the Second World War. She helped define an era with her steadfast resiliency and expressed love for all of the citizens within the UK. Her funeral will take place Monday, September 19th, 2022.
It seems that the tables are turning in Russia's war on Ukraine. The past 2 weeks have seen Ukraine forces recapture more than 1,100 square miles of territory in the northeastern Ukraine. The successful military counterattack was helped by poor execution by the Russians. This failure has caused criticism for Russian President Vladimir Putin from Russian commenters and allies.
Christian Davis met some cute pups and learned about Protect for Paws.
I got you.
My name is Agnes. There's only 3 of us that work here, so I'm just kind of like assistant manager. We are a no-kill shelter. We were founded back in 1963, so we've been here for a while. We take in cats and dogs. And yeah, we try to learn their personalities, learn all about what they like, what they dislike, and help them find the perfect fit in a new home.
Go ahead. You my dog? Reincarnation. Even though my dog only died from...
Well, I guess I'd say I'm the manager. I manage. So they say I run things around here, but I don't think that's true. I think Agnes and the other girl kind of runs things. I just pretend like I do. But that's really what I do. I got started in this. I was working part-time Saturdays and Sundays around holidays and things like that. And started to get a real love for the animals, saving kittens and bottle feeding them and all that, and it's just kind of one of those things that just grows on you. So I was driving a truck, making pretty good money, and took a significant pay cut to come here, but this is what I like to do. So basically just saving animals and nursing them back to health and finding them homes. We put this fence up and everything so we could be a free-range shelter. We want to be able to go outside and play just like this is their home. Sometimes some animals, especially the elderly animals, they can be here for a while. And so we try to make this as best as home as we possibly can for them. Give them all the love they need. Some of them come from pretty bad backgrounds. We do mostly give-ups, but give-ups can be worse than strays sometimes, depending upon the home they come from. So try to rehabilitate them a little bit, make them happy.
Music majors beware! Right next to the entrance of Edgecliff Hall on the Academic Mall side is a Hornets Nest. The Hornets appear to be pretty passive, so as long as you don't provoke them, you and other students should be able to avoid being stung.
Xavier has been included in this year's U.S. News and World Report's Best Colleges list under the National University category for the first time since its inception, ranking Xavier among the largest and most influential universities in the country. Alongside being listed in the top 80 for undergraduate teaching, Xavier was also given honors for being top 40 in analytics, entrepreneurship, finance, and marketing.
Alexa Cruiser joined the Cincinnati Tennis Foundation to learn more about their work with wheelchair-bound kids.
The Cincinnati Tennis Foundation is an organization full of many programs that help enrich and make tennis more widely accessible. Hi, my name is Madeline McGordy, and I work with the Cincinnati Tennis Foundation through the LEAP program, which is the education program with tennis, education, and music.
Yeah, my name's Laura, and I'm the program manager for the Cincinnati Tennis Foundation. I've been with the foundation since the beginning of the year, and the foundation's been around since about 2015. I think volunteering with the Cincinnati Tennis Foundation could be really interesting for a number of reasons. We do education programs as well as tennis, so we go to a few schools around the city where we do education for an hour and then tennis for an hour. So you don't have to know anything about tennis, but if you know a lot about tennis and nothing about kids, we can also use you for that. It's really about just engaging with people.
Yeah, my name is Zach Sikora. I started with the Cincinnati Tennis Foundation, I think in 2018. We started just doing wheelchair tennis. I then started to help coach it.
So a lot of our tennis, when we go to a lesson, we usually have a character theme of the day that we're focused on in the education component, but then we also focus on in the tennis portion. So for today, a number one lesson, if you will, we'd focus on listening. So we ask the kids, show me how you would listen, tell me traits of listening. We cover that throughout the day, and then we pair that with a tennis skill like rallying. And we start real simple, right? It's not that complicated, but getting the ball from friend to friend, even if that's just rolling it on the ground, that's rallying. So we're engaging them kind of as a character trait and learning something, and we're engaging them with something that has to do with tennis.
At the end of all the clinics that I do, I ask the kids what their favorite part about the clinic was. And I went around to each of the kids, and one kid at the blind and visually impaired tennis clinic, who's fairly blind, they said to me, I didn't realize I could do what I did today. And that was just, it lit up my day. And that, I just think of that every time, like maybe I'm burning out or something like that. Like I just think of that every single time, and that just motivates me to get out here and do it. And as a volunteer, like it doesn't matter your tennis experience, it doesn't matter your coaching experience. We need help, and we can help direct you as to where to go. But just that gratification of you showed me something that I never thought I could do is just such a profound statement.
I started volunteering at this organization because I needed more practice in education and teaching and being around students. And I have now went to volunteer at this organization and be a part of this organization because it's the best part of my week, because it makes me so happy to be around wonderful children who make me have the best days. They make me a better person just by being around them. I would recommend volunteering because it is truly one of the most rewarding programs I've ever been a part of.
We really don't need you to know a lot about tennis. We just need you to be able to engage with the kids, and we'll get out there and we'll have fun. Tennis Foundation is working really hard to get tennis to everyone in the city and to break down all barriers. So we don't ever want cost to be a barrier to tennis. We don't want physical disability to be a barrier to tennis. We just want everybody to be able to come and play.
Coming to you with the artist of tomorrow, Xavier Theater presents the heart-wrenching production of Rabbit Hole. 4 shows and limited seating, opening tonight through the 18th. Our very own students will be performing the 2007 Pulitzer Prize-winning show by David Lindsay, now directed by Patrick Phillips. This story follows Becca and Howie and their troubles after a tragic accident drifting them apart. This drama's tickets will be available through Xavier's digital box office or outside of GSC Theater an hour before each showtime.
Keep a lookout for these fresh films debuting this weekend. On Friday, The Woman King, See How They Run, 127 Minutes, The Barbarian, Running the Bases, Confess, Fletch, Pearl, The Silent Twins, and Movie Gauge Daydream have their debut in theaters across the country. If you prefer to watch from the comfort of your own home, you can check out Goodnight Mommy on Prime Video, Do Revenge on Netflix, I Used to Be Famous on Netflix, and Miha on Disney+.
At the start of the fall semester, group fitness classes were canceled by administration due to lack of leadership and funding. Previously, classes such as Zumba, yoga, and more had been held in the hub and were free to all students. This cancellation has created a gap that left many students upset and 23 students out of a job. Former group fitness instructor Elizabeth Salazar has started a petition to bring back group fitness classes as part of a recreational sports. The petition currently has over 600 signatures.
Coming up this week for Xavier students, Monday, September 19th at 3 p.m. through 5 p.m., Sac Grocery Loteria celebration of the start of Hispanic Heritage Month. Play Loteria on the yard and have a chance to win groceries and enjoy snacks. Wednesday, September 21st at 6 p.m. through 11 p.m., students will be taken downtown to see Hamilton the Musical. Friday, September 23rd at 9 p.m., Muskies After Dark. Alice in Muskieland, a fun-filled night with giant bowling, mini golf, delicious food, prizes, and a magical performance, and so much more. Come out and enjoy the fun. All right, that's all from the news desk.
We will be right back with the Xavier Sports Report.
Hello everybody, my name is Drew Collins and you're watching Sports Shorts. Let's start with the Bengals. A missed extra point forces overtime against the Steelers in the season opener, where a missed field goal from McPherson would lead the Steelers to clinching the game with a field goal of their own to upset the Bengals in Week 1. This Sunday, the Bengals are looking for a bounce-back win against the Dallas Cowboys in Dallas without their starting quarterback, Dak Prescott. Moving on to FC Cincinnati, where they host Salt Lake City tomorrow, they'll be trying to stay in the playoff picture as they currently are in 6th place, only one spot ahead of the cutoff. Lastly, for professional sports here in Cincinnati, the Cincinnati Reds sit nearly 30 games under 500 with less than a month remaining of the baseball season. There are many questions surrounding the franchise moving into the offseason and even next year. Now for the sports related here on campus. The men's soccer team has started the season with 5 wins and 1 tie. This is good enough to make them earn a ranking in the U.S. coaching poll at 24th in the country. A great start to the season, and they're only hoping to continue dominating tomorrow, where they play their first Big East game of the season against Seton Hall right here in Coke Run Field. The women's soccer team has also had a solid start to the year. With a record of 5-2-1, they play tonight here against Bowling Green on Coke Run Field. The volleyball team earned a comeback win last night against the Miami, Ohio Redhawks. Their next big game is huge. Bearcats, Fifth Third Arena at 6 p.m. The men's golf team will have their first match at the Bearcat Invitational on Monday, looking to show up some of the local universities just like our women's team did. And speaking of our women's golf team, they placed 4th earlier in the week in the Jennifer Duke Invitational. That placed them behind Western Carolina, Western Kentucky, and Coastal Carolina, but ahead of UC, NKU, and other Ohio universities. With all these amazing sports across the campus, make sure to stay tuned for cross country, tennis, basketball, women's lacrosse, and more. Way to start the year strong, Muskies. And as always, go X.